Disney just bet $100 million on a PG-13 Predator movie with no humans in it, the most expensive entry in a 38-year-old franchise that has never crossed $180 million globally. This isn't franchise expansion, it's franchise reinvention disguised as a calculated risk. And the entire gamble hinges on a paradox, making the monster the hero while neutering the violence that defined the brand. The story starts with a problem. In August 2022, Dan Trachtenberg's Prey became Hulu's biggest movie premiere ever. $65 million prequel, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6 Emmy nominations. But Disney sent it straight to streaming for strategic reasons. Releasing it theatrically would have triggered a pre-existing Fox contract requiring it to stream on HBO Max, not Hulu. They needed a 20th franchise baby to prove Hulu could deliver cinematic experiences. Prey's success created attention. It proved the franchise had creative juice left, but only if you kept experimenting. Trachtenberg didn't want to make Prey 2. Instead, he pitched a bunch of ideas that were really crazy, but really cool. Disney greenlit 2 of them simultaneously. Here's the twist. Trachtenberg rushed both projects, the animated anthology Predator: Killer of Killers and the live-action Predator: Badlands, because he was so eager to get to the third thing, a still secret project he describes as something no one has done in sci-fi. This is not a studio managing a franchise. This is a director hijacking one. Predator: Badlands began production in New Zealand between June and September 2024 with a radical premise. For the first time in franchise history, the Predator would be the protagonist. The film follows Dek, a young Yautja warrior, the runt of the litter, who is exiled from his clan and sent to Gina, the deadliest planet in the galaxy, where he must hunt an unkillable creature to prove his worth. His unlikely ally? Thea, a damaged Weyland-Yutani synthetic played by Elle Fanning in a dual role. Trachtenberg approached the project with obsessive world-building. He hired the linguist who created the Na'vi language for Avatar to develop a fully functional Predator language with grammatical rules and written syntax. He collaborated with Studio Gillis and Weta Workshop to create a hybrid creature suit for Dek, combining practical effects with motion capture facial animation. Demetrius Schuster-Kolomatangi, a stuntman, learned the Predator language and performed Dek using this hybrid approach. But the most controversial creative decision wasn't about creature design. It was about the rating. Trachtenberg aimed for PG-13 from the start. His justification? We don't have any humans in the movie, and so we don't have any human red blood. The violence would involve predators, synthetics, and alien creatures, green blood, white synthetic fluid, anything but red. Producer Ben Rosenblatt explained, "We'll see where it ends up, but our hope for it is that it can be a PG-13 that feels like an R. That's kind of our hope. And really, what that's about is just being able to broaden out the audience for a movie like this." Every previous standalone Predator film had been R-rated. Even Prey and Killer of Killers, both Hulu releases, carried R ratings. The only PG-13 entry in the franchise's history was 2004's Alien vs. Predator, which grossed $172.5 million globally, the franchise's highest-grossing film to date. Disney was betting that history could repeat itself. The pressure was immense. At $100 million, Badlands was the most expensive Predator film ever made, nearly doubling the budget of 2018's The Predator at $88 million, which opened to $24.6 million and closed at $159 million globally, a commercial disappointment. Predators 2010 cost $40 million and grossed $127 million. Prey cost $65 million but went straight to streaming, robbing it of theatrical revenue. Badlands needed to break even at roughly $250 million globally, a target Cinealytics projections hit exactly, but franchises don't live on break-even math. They live on momentum, and Badlands was fighting 2 wars, one against audience expectations, another against its own creative ambition. The first reactions from the London premiere on October 27, 2025 were overwhelmingly positive. The film drew comparisons to The Mandalorian, Mad Max 2, The Book of Eli, and Shadow of the Colossus, all Trachtenberg's stated influences. It was anything but a traditional Predator film. And that was the point. Here's what makes Predator: Badlands fascinating. It's not a franchise film. It's a director film wearing a franchise's skin.
Trachtenberg weaponized Disney's desperation to revive theatrical IP by pitching ideas so weird they couldn't say no. He made Prey for $65 million and turned it into a cultural phenomenon without a theatrical release. He made Killer of Killers in secret while shooting Badlands because he couldn't multitask with animation. And he's already planning a third project that he won't describe except to say no one's done that in sci-fi. Disney gave him $100 million and a PG-13 mandate. Trachtenberg gave them a movie about a disabled predator, originally conceived as blind, later changed to a runt, teaming up with a backpack-wearing android to hunt an unkillable monster on an alien planet with no humans, no red blood, and a fully developed alien language. He pushed the franchise into science fiction territory, Star Wars, Dune, while maintaining its action horror roots. He built the most expensive Predator film in history by betting on the one thing the franchise had never tried, making the monster sympathetic. The question isn't whether Badlands will break $250 million. The question is whether Disney realizes they just greenlit a $200 million art film disguised as a tentpole, and whether they'll let Trachtenberg do it again. Because if Badlands works, Disney doesn't just have a franchise, they have a sandbox. And Trachtenberg is building castles no one else can see yet. The real story of Predator Badlands isn't about predators at all. It's about what happens when a studio gives a visionary director enough rope to either hang himself or build a ladder. Trachtenberg built the ladder. Now everyone's watching to see if he climbs it, or if the franchise catches fire. What does it say about modern Hollywood when the most expensive Predator film ever made is also the riskiest?